Well, it's really exciting because AI is really changing the way we do business. But listen, let's face it, 80% of us people still like to go into the shopping mall, right?
Yep.
But what they don't really understand is we're using AI as they're in our stores, right? We're using it by heat maps on where they stand and how long they stand. Do they pick up the product? Do they drop it? We're also using AI for our back of house, for inventory planning and management, for customer service, for where do we place things in the merchandising schematics, right? To our loyalty program. People nowadays, they don't just want to earn points. They want programs that are customized to them. And AI can help us do that by what? Looking at their overall purchases, whether it be online or in store, and help customizing that loyalty program to really make a difference in that consumer's life.
The Intelligence Forge podcast is sponsored by Permasize AI Forge. The Intelligence Forge podcast is sponsored by Permasize AI Forge. At Permasize AI Forge, we know you're ambitious, but are manual tasks like admin, lead generation, nurturing, and onboarding holding you back from truly scaling your business? Imagine saving dozens of hours every week, freeing you to deepen client relationships and execute high-impact strategy. Our clients aren't just imagining it. They're saving countless hours per week and doubling their revenue within months. We custom-build AI automation systems that eliminate the grind. From effortless lead generation and nurturing to seamless onboarding, we give you back the most valuable resource, your time, so you can focus on building those vital human connections and driving strategic growth. Stop letting repetitive tasks limit your potential. It's time to build a business that works for you, not the other way around. Ready to unlock your true scaling power? Visit PermasizeAIForge.com and book your free AI audit call today to discover how you can save time and double your revenue. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Intelligence Forge YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new episode.
Scaling human connection in the age of AI automation. Welcome to the Intelligence Forge. Today, I am very, very thrilled to have important guest. Her name is Linda Johansen-James, the billion-dollar brand maker. Wow. She's the founder of International Retail Group and someone who's been called the Queen of Pop-Up. Linda, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's get started by you first introducing yourself, your International Retail Group in your own word. What would you say is the heartbeat of what you do?
Well, the heartbeat of what I do is helping people to test and launch their businesses in retail. I've been in retail now for almost 30 years. My husband and I had a company called AKM before I started IRG. We were the largest owner-operators in the common area shopping malls. So the carts and the kiosks that you saw down the center, shopping centers, we had 500 locations. And then we were also instrumental in starting the automated retail business. We were the first to put anything except chips and Coke in automated retail. And we had 1,500 of those in 4 countries. So we were very blessed to have a very successful company. We had incredible employees who worked with us, which I think is the backbone of any business, is you have to have the right employees who are passionate and dedicated, and also who made a difference in the lives of the customers that you served. So my husband and I did that for almost 20 years, and we sold the company, and I started International Retail Group. So the only differences between what we did then and what I do now is I don't own the businesses. I help brands and entrepreneurs who are interested in launching their products in retail to test and launch. So I do everything from the real estate to writing their operations manuals. I hire and train their employees, and I coach and mentor them on how to be successful in retail.
All right, fantastic.
And then I also publish a global retail magazine 3 times a year to help tell the stories that perhaps you wouldn't hear of people that are brands or service providers like you are to businesses. And then I'm also considered a top retail expert, and I just received a global designation of retail voice by the National Retail Federation.
Wow, congratulations on your achievement. And thanks so much for sharing that with us. All right. I love to hear success story, and I saw your recent post about Black Friday 2025 breaking records globally. And you mentioned AI contributing over 14 billion in online sales. What's the most exciting things happening at International Retail Group right now, especially as we head into this AI-driven retail revolution?
Well, it's really exciting because AI is really changing the way we do business. But listen, let's face it, 80% of us people still like to go into the shopping mall, right?
Yep.
But what they don't really understand is we're using AI as they're in our stores, right? We're using it by heat maps on where they stand and how long they stand. Do they pick up the product? Do they drop it? We're also using AI for our back of house, for inventory planning and management, for customer service, for where do we place things in the merchandising schematics, right? To our loyalty program. People nowadays, they don't just want to earn points. They want programs that are customized to them. And AI can help us do that by what? Looking at their overall purchases, whether it be online or in store, and help customizing that loyalty program to really make a difference in that consumer's life. Because at the end of the day, whether you're an online retailer, an in-store, automated, whatever your omni-channel strategy is, at the base of that strategy is the customer, right?
It's true.
And we have to look at what is the lifetime value. Because listen, I like to go in store and buy, but there are things that I buy online. Clothing, shoes, apparel, things like that. I like to buy in store because I want to try it on. But we're even using AI in dressing rooms, right? We don't have to take all our clothes off because you get that AI mirror that can show us, right?
Yeah.
What we look like. So AI is changing how people shop. It's not going to take the place of that human interaction. And I'm so passionate. And listen, I'm not like you. I'm no technology wizard, okay? I really have a hard time when my computer goes ballistic. So, but AI, we can make it as simple or as complicated as we want. And my friend and I, Sharon, tried to make it simple by writing this book, AI for Retail Success. This just came out a month ago. And what we do is we give people the A to Z strategy. We don't tell them how to implement AI. We recommend those companies that can help them. It's really, for us, it's helping brands or businesses or retailers that don't really know how to implement AI, right?
All right. So let me just, take you on that, your last statement. They don't know how to implement AI, but they want to implement, and then you give them direction.
Yes.
How is the response like for people to accept that, yes, they actually need AI in their business and they actually go through to it?
Well, it's been really interesting for us to see the response. We've had a lot of people, a lot of businesses come to us and say, listen, we don't understand. Do we do marketing first? Do we do logistics first? Do we do the back of house first? Do we do the consumer first? What do we do first? So we tell them, listen, our book and roadmap, what it really was meant to do is to pick and choose what is the most important for you. A lot of new brands and businesses that go into retail really don't understand the cost of inventory management, right? And logistics. Like, what do I order and how much? I have 12 sizes. Do I order all 12 in all 10 colors? Or do I order one or two and test it, right? So what I tell people is, where's your pain point to begin with? Where have you invested the bulk of your money? Right? A lot of times the bulk of their money is in what? In employees and in inventory. So we say maybe that's a good place to start.
Wow.
Because you can use AI to tell you what's selling, what's not selling, where are people standing? Should we move the product that's in the back of the store to the front of the store? Do they turn right or left when they first come in your store? Well, you should have the products that sell the best where your customers come in. It's fascinating to me because most people, when you walk into a store, think about you when you shop, right? You walk in a store, our eyes first go straight ahead, right? Then typically we turn left. Typically, not all the time, right? So you want to have the products that sell the most, that are your key top sellers, wherever your clients walk in to begin with in your store. It can be as simple as that, or it can be as complicated. Listen, I don't profess to know everything about AI, but here's what I can tell you, is that at the end of the day, I want my clients to be successful, to make money, and to grow.
Okay.
Those three top things, right? Because if they can't make money, if they can't grow, how are they going to be successful?
Yeah, you're right. You're very, very right. And I agree with you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, let's move on. You've trained over 2,000 stores and managed operations across multiple continents. I'm curious about what's happening behind the scene. What's the specific AI tools or technology that you currently using at high RG to stay competitive and deeper result for your client? I know you're very big on AI, but I just want you to be specific in some of the things you use, especially from your days at American Chaos Management.
Well, listen, we didn't use any of this in American Kiosk Management. We were like boots on the ground, right? We didn't even have a POS system. When we had 300 locations, all our POS systems, now listen to this word, were DOS based. So we had to call up to get into every machine, to get what the numbers were. We literally had employees every night before they go home call into an 800 number. And I literally listened to 300 stores every night give us their numbers, plotted them on a graph. Right? I mean, that's what we had to do back then. Then you had POS systems that could talk to each other. So we built our own. We spent $1 million and built our own. Little did we know there were POS systems out there that could do that. So now, to keep it really, and Shopify is going to own me for this one, but I have to tell you that from a new brand perspective and rolling out new stores, I would say Shopify right now is probably the easiest POS system to use. Seriously, it will help you implement some right? I can see you shaking your head. I love that. It will also implement simple AI tools, right? Not only from the back of house, but from the front of the house on marketing and developing a loyalty program for your customers, emailing and texting them. But they literally can do all those simple things to begin with, right? Yeah. So that's what I have all my clients use to begin with. I know probably other POS comes in, but we do the same thing. But I think Shopify from a POS perspective is what we use from the inventory side and the customer experience side. That's what I typically suggest to get started with AI. And my customer and I understand how it works. So I can teach and train them how to work. Plus, if you're an online retailer, it integrates with your warehouse, right?
Yeah.
So everything is integrated, and it makes it really, really simple for you to buy online, pick up in store, or order in store and ship to the customer, right? So it makes all of those practices, I think, really easy.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I'm going to ask you the magic wand question. So if you have a magic wand and you could instantly improve one thing about international retail group operation, whether it's client onboarding, training, delivery, or scaling your consulting reach, what will it be and why?
More time. Seriously, I have to tell you, I am really blessed. I have great clients. I love working with them. I have great new clients. The clients for the magazine are different. I also have another business called Imagineership with a great partner in Amsterdam. And I need more time. I want to be able to help more people. So what I've been doing, in all honesty, is I'm going to tell you right now, that GPT has become like my best friend. I mean, literally, right? It's a time saver. It helps me to draft things that I can then put in my own words, right? Helps me to do some research for my clients. So I work a lot as it is. I love what I do. I love helping my clients. I love coaching and teaching and mentoring and doing podcasts like this with you. I love doing all these things. So I think if someone could give me more hours in the day, that would be great.
Okay, yeah, thanks for sharing that. And I think there are ways you could get your time back. And I think what you're asking for is not unrealistic. It's doable. It's possible.
Yes.
And that will be my next question to say, you co-author an AI for retail success with Sharon G, which includes 250 prompts for retail team, right? All right. When you look at your own business operation, some of the manual tasks, repetitive processes, some of those things that you thinking, okay, if I could get this away from me, I could get some more time because I want more time. That is what I hear you tell me now. Now my question is, do you believe automating some of those things, some of those repetitive tasks, some of those administrative tasks, some of those manual tasks will help you free up some time for you and give you some more time for some strategic thing like building relationship with your client?
Definitely. And I've definitely implemented those without question. I mean, I have implemented automated spreadsheets, automatic templates for my PowerPoints because I do a lot of global speaking as well. So I've automated those tasks. I definitely see where those of us that need to be more strategic in our planning and not so much in the weeds, right? Which is what I tell my clients. We need to find ways like today, one of my partners in Amsterdam just told me about a program. It's called Notebook, something where it took my whole book and helped me put it into PowerPoint because we're going to be teaching webinars on how people can implement AI. So something like that would have taken me forever to build, right? But now there's AI-driven tools that will help you do it where all you need to do is go back in and tweak, right? Which is what I tell my clients. I say, listen, the most important place that you can be is in your stores. So we need to help you automate all the things that you can automate so that you can be boots on the ground and present for your frontline teams that, by the way, without them, nothing sells, right? Well, they're the ones that pay our paychecks, right? So you're right. I have implemented those things, and we wrote this book so that we could help retailers and brands implement these things as well so that they can save time, so that they can do what? Concentrate on the things that will help make them money.
Fantastic. I'm really glad you shared this. And this is music to my ear. Because if as a business owner, could easily know that you need to do this and you didn't waste time, you're doing it, you did it, really, it's music to my ear. And I believe our audience, a lot of other founders, business owners, hearing this from you, I believe they will take a cue and do the same thing.
Well, and they can buy the book.
Yeah, of course. They will buy the book. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Okay, let's dive into something that I find so fascinating about your approach. You are known for saying bonding is the new branding, right? All right. And you're also a huge advocate for AI and automation retail solution. Anyway, you've always said that even since the beginning of today's podcast. Okay, how do you then reconcile the growing role of AI and automation in retail with the need for authentic human connection? Where is the sweet spot?
Well, the sweet spot is in remembering that all of us still want that human interaction. So think about the last time you went in a store and had a terrible experience, right? Think about that. Think about what you did. Either you walked out, you complained, you did whatever, right? And you probably didn't go back to that store. I had a horrible experience at a retailer, and I was with a client of mine, and we were mystery shopping, right? Mystery shopping other retailers so she could get a sense of how to mystery shop her stores, right? And what we look for. Well, we walked into the store, 4 employees standing in the middle of the store, and this is what they were doing. They never looked up. They had their phone. They never looked up. They never talked to us. They never did anything. And we walked around. We picked up the glasses. We put them on. We both said, oh, my gosh, we really want these glasses. These are so nice. How much are they? Oh, yeah, they're a little expensive, but no one talked to us. We were there for 15 minutes. No one said a word to us. Pick stuff up, put it down. We finally walked out of the store, and still no one said anything. So we would have bought probably 2 or 3 pair of glasses had they said something to us, right? So I think we still want that interaction. But what we can do with AI is we can assist our team in helping them to help our customers better by when a customer is standing in front of a product for so long, we can look at that heat mapping and see a lot of our customers go directly to those glasses. Maybe we ought to station a team member there and say, oh my gosh, these are our best-selling glasses. Oh, we love it. So there's things that AI can do to make that customer experience, that bonding. All of us still want to be bonded with, but we have to understand that some people want it in a different way, right? And as salespeople, we always want to sell something. So we like, oh my God, da, 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 you yak away, but you have to know how to read customers, right? You have to know how to read them. And if they want you to be, I'm very affectionate. I'm always touching, da, da, da. But you have to see when someone doesn't want to be touched or they don't want you to grab their shoulder, right? So AI can assist in those behind the scenes things with dressing rooms, people who don't like to try on clothes. We can use AI for that to make their shopping experience simpler.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. In your experience launching retail concepts from kiosk to flagship stores, what's the biggest mistake brands make when they try to scale their customer experience, especially now that we have AI entering into the picture?
They don't market their stores. They don't. They're telling you it's besides ordering too much inventory, not marketing your stores. It goes back to that old adage with the Field of Dreams movie. If you build it, they will come. Well, it doesn't always happen that way. You don't always build it and and your customers automatically come. You have to treat your store just like you do your online store. You have to market it, and you have to understand that people today don't buy like I did. They buy online, in store, at a kiosk, at an automated retail, and they move within all of these venues all the time. So just because they had if they don't have a good experience at one place, you could have lost them in all the stores, right? You could have lost them in every point of purchase you have, right? So when you are testing a new concept, it's exactly that. It's a test. It's a test.
Yeah.
Really, when we test, we throw everything at it, right? To make sure it's successful, because when it's not successful, we understand the KPIs on why it wasn't. People, you were in the wrong location. We were in the wrong shopping center. We didn't offer the same products that we did online. We didn't offer the same pricing that we did online. That upset us. So we have to look at, for me, marketing your store so that people know where it is, mirroring all of your experiences across all your retail channels the same, you to really understand why that store works so that you can grow and build more stores like we did. We started with 8. We had 500 by the time we were done, right? And but listen, we probably closed 300 of those that weren't successful. When you choose a location in a shopping center or in an airport or a store and store or military bases, choosing a location is an art, not a science.
That's true.
Right? Sometimes we pick the right location. Sometimes we were convinced to pick a location and it didn't really work. So we have to make decisions quickly because otherwise we bleed money, right?
That's true.
But we can use AI to help us with all that now. I sit on a board of a company called Square Feet that is taking all of this AI and helping leasing become more what makes sense for this client. What other retailers should they be around? Where should we look for a shopping center? And AI can help you do all of that, right? And then they can make the leasing process less painful than it already is because it's painful. So that's what I would say.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, let's transition now. You've built an incredible reputation as a thought leader, keynote speaker, and a consultant. Let's talk about the realities of growing a boutique consulting firm. How is the shift towards AI-powered retail currently affecting IHRG's growth and your ability to scale your consulting services? Are you seeing increased demand, or is there still education needed in the market?
So I don't know. I don't think AI hasn't impacted my business. I guess I should say for the negative. I think it's impacted it for the positive, which is why I wrote the book. Because for me, being a consultant, I want to provide my clients all the necessary tools that they need to be successful in their business. I happen to be in retail. So for me, coaching and mentoring them on the appropriate tools for AI makes perfect sense. But when you're a consultant, the bulk of your business, well, I can tell you 99.9% of my business comes from people I know, referrals. I'm very active on LinkedIn. I'm very active on Instagram, not as much as LinkedIn, because as a consultant, I'm a B2B, right? So my clients are business people, except for the second book that I just released today, and that's really for the consumer side. But from the consultant side, my clients come to me because of the skill set that I bring, and using AI to help them be successful in their business from a time-saving perspective, from a customer perspective, from what we like to call is the shopperverse. So shopperverse means every way that people can shop. That's what I consult on. So whether it's online, in-store, automated, kiosk, it doesn't really matter to me. I consult that way. So I think AI has expanded my reach, so to speak, with the book. But from a consulting side, it's always hard to find clients unless you have built up a big base of business and have the reputation. So if you're brand new to the consulting business, here's what I can tell you. Go on LinkedIn and build your LinkedIn profile, because that's where you're going to meet the people that are going to make the biggest difference in your business.
Well said. Thank you so much. That's the advice one. We'll come back to the advice two later. Okay, but thank you for that. All right, you wear many hats. When you think about scaling IRG, bringing on more clients, I know you spoke about that earlier, expanding your magazine reach, booking more speaking engagement, what's the biggest roadblock you're facing in trying to accomplish those things?
Well, I think from all, that's a really good question, by the way, because I wear so many hats. I'm trying to think. So where are the roadblocks? I think for IRG, I always want more business. I always want to bring in more business. I think the roadblocks are that people are a little shy. But with Black Friday and Black Friday weekend and Cyber Monday, I think we've all seen that people are spending money, right? $1 trillion set all-time records this weekend. So people still want to spend. And I still want to give them the experience that they want to spend it with the clients that I work with, right? So I think the only roadblock is convincing people that being in brick and mortar is still a proper place to be, right? It's still a purpose. From the magazine and keynote speaking, it's just really being out there, right? For me, it's about giving back to the business that I love so much. So I try and attend the conferences. I try and give back that way. I try and do keynotes with conferences that make a difference. Like I just came back from Istanbul doing a keynote there for shopping center and mall management. And so the roadblocks, I think, are probably, again, that there's not more hours in the day for me to do more of it. But thankfully, I have people that I work with and consultants that I work with, employees that I work with who are as dedicated as I am. So when you're a consultant, you just have to be the expert in what you do, right? And I've been doing the same thing for 30 years and I love it. I love it. So I think the roadblocks that I come in contact with are the roadblocks that I set, not that my clients are setting, or that I just really, really love what I do and want to keep making a difference in people's lives.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. You're an 25 top retail expert, and you are a retail voice by NRF. Your personal brand is incredibly strong, but here is what I'm curious about. If Linda goes on sabbatical tomorrow, 6-month sabbatical, will International Retail Group continue to grow? Or will it plateau? In other words, have you built a business that can scale without you? Or are you still the primary engine running the business?
Wow. That is really a tough question, isn't it?
I know.
Seriously,
It's disruptive.
It is constructive. Here's the deal. We can't be all things to everyone, right? And so I think I know my skill set and what I do really well. And I have people that work with me who do the other things well. And so do I think IRG's reputation and business would continue to grow? I do. I hate to say this because I believe that every figurehead should also be boots on the ground. But I also don't believe that we should make every decision, right? You have to hire people that are better than you because then, right? And so I always believe that. When we had 2,000 employees, I treated them the same way that I treat when I have 20 employees, right? So I think that your brand will live on if you have people that believe in it enough and work with you enough to continue your mission, right?
Yeah.
And I have creative directors and editors and employees and salespeople and consultants that I work with who believe in me and believe in the brand like I do. So would I be nervous? Sure. Any CEO, owner, founder would be, right?
Yeah.
But hopefully you've taught and trained them well enough that if you're gone, they can handle it.
Well, I think the bottom line is that you didn't admit that, no, without you, the business cannot run. So it means that we are all replaceable. And we also have to have that at the back of our mind to say, well, in case I just decide to go for 1 month, I decide to go for 2 weeks, I think this business should still run. It may not be the same as you personally being there, but it doesn't mean it should not run. But thank you so much for sharing that. I know it's not a question you will have thought of in a million times.
It's good. It's a good one. I like it.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Where do you want to see International Retail Group grow in the next 12 months? I know you said you love having more client, new client, but what can you share with us in terms of your vision, in terms of 12 months to this time? Probably revenue, market impact, or maybe market reach. What's the success that you're expecting within the next 1 year?
Well, I've been doing a lot of business in the automated retail side because I love that side of the business too. Because I think there's a place in retail for every retailer to have a different way to promote their brands. And I think automated retail is a great way. So I'd like to see more international play. I'd like to see the shopping centers here in the United States embrace automated retail because it's here to stay. And we all talk about Gen Z all the time, right? We talk about them that they're really dictating how we're shopping today. But listen to you, I've met with enough Gen Zers who tell you one thing. If you treat me right, I'll still go in store. I'll still shop in store, but if you don't treat me right, I'll pull out my phone and I'll order it from you online and you won't get commission. So for me, I'd like to really keep pounding the pavement with automated retail, that there's a place for it, whether it be in hotels or airports, in shopping centers and train stations. I want to keep doing that. And I'm working with 5 or 6 clients now that we're really trying to get them into different channels of distribution. I'd like to see us have more content in our international retail magazine. We have 30,000 subscribers now. I think we tell some pretty incredible stories now, but it's a challenge. People spending money on marketing and getting in magazines is a little different, though we do have it online. But I'd really like to tell those grand stories and entrepreneurial stories that perhaps we wouldn't see. I want to do a lot more business in the Middle East. I think what's happening in Dubai and the UEA and Saudi is really incredible. There's 28 new shopping centers going in Saudi. Dubai has an incredible market and they're doing some phenomenal things. So I'd like to see myself do more business and more speaking. And I'd like to continue to grow all my current clients, grow their businesses where they have 50, 100.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Before we wrap up, Linda, what's one piece of advice you would love to give another retail consultant or business owner who is trying to scale their impact while maintaining quality and their personal touch? Something that you think could be valuable, might not necessarily be retail consultant, but maybe other business owner, especially when it comes to adoption of AI.
Well, I would say get yourself a good mentor. Make sure you have a good mentor. I've been really blessed to have a lot of great ones in my business career, because here's the deal. As entrepreneurs, CEOs, founders, whatever the heck you call yourself, I don't care. Titles don't really mean anything, right?
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, people aren't going to look at your title, going to look at what you did, right? So I say get a good mentor, someone you can work with, someone who can give you advice when you're making business decisions. Because listen, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. In the past 8 years I've had International Retail Group, I have made some big damn mistakes that have cost me, a lot of money because I wasn't smart in execution. I didn't go and talk to a mentor about, should I invest in this business? And should I bring on more partners? So I think getting a good mentor, number one, and number two, building your business network. I'm very blessed to have people from all over the world that I communicate with all the time, that I've met at conferences, that I've met at LinkedIn. My business partner that I have in Amsterdam, I met on LinkedIn, and we've become partners now in another business. So if you want to have a global business that builds your global reach, bring in people from different venues and use them as your board if you don't have a board, right?
That's advice number 2, as promised. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, all right. If any retail owner, any business owner listening, watching the podcast, really want to connect with you, I know you said you're active on LinkedIn, and they want to connect with you. Probably they will even want to do business with you. They want you to solve one problem for them or the other. Where can they find you?
Well, they can find me on LinkedIn for sure under Linda Johansen-James. They can also find me www.irg-retail.com, which is my website. You can purchase my books on Amazon, or you can email me at ljohansen-james@irg-retail.com.
All right, thank you so much. Do you want to just give us the name of the book again and maybe share the picture and let our audience just...
So this book is AI for Retail Success. So these are really for brands and retailers. This one has the 250 bonus AI prompts. And so you can order this on Amazon. Our second book launched today, and that's on promotion for $9.99 for Cyber Monday on Amazon. And it's called AI for Retail Success Consumer Edition. So it's for consumers to understand how AI is impacting the way they shop online, the way they shop in store, and really give them the tools that they need to understand how AI can save them time as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for sharing your insight with us. I believe your unique model of working, it's really incredible, and I know our audience will benefit from it, especially people that are in the retail industry or are planning to enter into the retail world. And so I believe that what you've shared with us today will go a long way in impacting the life of many people and transforming a lot of businesses. So thank you so much for coming through.
Hey, thank you. It was my pleasure. Great question.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You didn't quit your day job to become a full-time admin assistant. The Intelligence Forge podcast is sponsored by Permasize AI Forge. At Permasize AI Forge, we know you didn't start your business to spend 60 hours a week on paperwork, chasing leads, and managing endless admin tasks. You started it to build something meaningful and serve your clients. But right now, you're trapped in the day-to-day grind instead of growing your business. What if I told you our clients are reclaiming 15, 20 hours per week, increasing their revenue by 30 to 50% within 6, 12 months, and finally getting their lives back? We don't just automate random tasks. We build custom AI systems that eliminate the bottlenecks choking your growth, from leads generation to lead, nurturing and management to project management to client follow-ups. Stop paying for an expensive, frustrating manual system. It's time to upgrade to strategic automation. Visit PermasizeAIForge.com and book your free business transformation strategy call today. Discover exactly how much time and money you're losing to manual processes and how to get both back. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Intelligence Forge, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode packed with game-changing insights. Your future automated business is waiting.